Where are they? Where are all the know-it-alls? All the people that pointed to the Steelers' offensive problems and said it was on him. It was on 8. It was on Kenny Pickett. No. It wasn't the offensive line playing bad. No, it wasn't the receivers not getting open. It wasn't the receivers dropping balls. It didn't have anything to do with having an incompetent offensive coordinator that didn't even do anything at the college level. No, it wasn't any of that. It was all on Pickett. It was all on Kenny Pickett. No. That's what 90 to 95% of Steeler Nation said throughout this week. You just wanted to bash 8 to bash 8. You just wanted to bash the quarterback. You did the same thing with 7. Didn't want to acknowledge all the other issues that the quarterback had to deal with. But you just wanted to blame 8. I need apologies from the KP8 haters now. I need apologies from the Big Ben haters now. Big Ben haters, actually, don't even apologize. Your apologies are no good here. You already displayed that you don't know ball so much during Ben's last season. I don't even want to hear apologies. You're too far gone. I don't want to hear it. Kenny haters, I guess I could give you some benefit of that. I guess I could give you some leeway because he's still young. I guess I could. Where are the losers pulling up funny stats? Tommy DeVito, multiple touchdown games, more multiple touchdown games than Kenny. Where are the losers pulling up those stats? Knocking our guy Kenny Pickett now. Where are they? Anyone could just pull up stats. What does it mean? Have a take with the stats that you're trying to pull up. Comparing Kenny Pickett with Josh Dobbs, comparing Kenny Pickett with Tommy DeVito and a bunch of other bum quarterbacks. Have a take with it. Stop posting stats. What does it mean? Are you taking those guys over Kenny Pickett? Because I know I'm not. And I've been saying that the whole time. But now I'm guessing people want to switch up. Where are the people saying tank for Caleb Williams, tank for Drake May, tank for Penix, tank for Jaden Daniels, whatever other quarterbacks in college right now? Where are all those people? Where are they at? Where's 50% of Steeler Nation, half of Steeler Nation? Where are those that wanted Mason Rudolph to start this week? Where are they at? They're hiding. You want a new quarterback? Go be a fan of the Bears. Go be a fan of the Cardinals. Go be a fan of a team that is going to be in position to draft a new quarterback because we don't need one here. We don't. The Kenny we love is back and better than ever. Oh, the first play. You saw it. The first play. The middle of the field actually exists. The middle of the field exists. It was almost like Moses parting the Red Sea. It's like, wow, we can actually utilize this portion of the field. We can do it. And we did many, many times this game. I don't think it's a coincidence. First game, Matt Canada is gone. We put up 400 yards as an offense. And this is literally the best the offense has looked since we hired Matt Canada. I would even say, going back to Ben's last season, like Canada's first season, Ben's last season, I think this is the best we've looked as an offense from start to finish. Now, that's not to say we didn't have good offensive moments when Ben was here, because obviously he was bailing out Canada in second halves with all those game-winning drives. But from start to finish, we look like a team. We look like an offense. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence. What stat do you guys want me to pull up for you? What do you want me to pull up? 22 first downs, 15 of them on passing plays, passing first downs, 6 of them on rushing. Third down efficiency, we were almost 50%. Time of possession, 36 minutes to the Bengals 22. We could do a little bit better in the red zone, but Deontay's got to catch that ball. Perfect dime by Pickett. Deontay's got to catch that. We'll talk about that a little bit later, though. Rushing, we had a Jaylen Warren, Najee Harris tandem going for 153. Kenny throwing for 278. 24 of 33. What's the math on that? That's got to be like 70%, no? What offensive stat do you want? Because they're all there. Literally the game after we fired Matt Canada. I don't think it's a coincidence. What say you guys, though? What say you guys? Let me check in the chat, and I got some game notes, observations we'll talk about. And then I'll check in with you guys before I sign out. And it'll be a fun stream, man. Good stream, especially after a dub. X Concepts 1 says that wasn't a drop. Yeah, I'll talk about it. There was some nuance to that play. I get it. I know. You guys are all saying it was a touchdown. I get it. I know. We'll talk about it. I still would have liked to see him hold on to the ball, though, all the way through to make it no question. You know what I mean? Just based off straight eye test, I didn't think it was a touchdown. I didn't. But the new rules and everything, again, we'll talk about it. We got Nikki Eagle saying proper utilization of Muth equals win. Yeah. Who would have known? Pat Fryermuth is pretty good at the tight end position. Pretty good. And Darnell Washington even got a pass. I think he took that for a first down, too. You know, dumped it off like 6-7 yards. Gave a little extra effort. Got it past the sticks. Nice. Sequoia Harris saying, tell Deke to light that pack. We'll do it. We'll do it in due time. We'll absolutely do it. Football Jesus says, beautiful offense. Yeah. Yeah, what are the haters going to bring up? Are they going to bring up the one pass Kenny Pickett missed over the middle to Pickens? Are they going to do that? Is that what they're going to hang on? Or that he didn't have a touchdown this game? They just watch box scores. I saw one of you guys, I don't know if you're in the house, but shout out to you if you are. You posted to Twitter and tagged me in it, the Kenny Pickett apology form. And one of the boxes is, I'm sorry, I only watch box scores. So, yeah, maybe the haters were just checking the box score, saying, man, Pickett really needs to throw a touchdown. Until he throws a touchdown this game, I'm not going to believe. I'm going to stand firm on my terrible takes. If you know, you know. You know what you just witnessed out there. Dimes all over the place. Down the field, middle of the field. Not a throw 8 couldn't make today. Sky Salveo says, by the math, we should have won 23-10. Yep. Yeah, because honestly, I think it was that same drive, right? When Deontay dropped that touchdown. Again, yeah, was it a drop? Not a drop. Warren fumbled on the next play, wasn't it? The next play or two, he fumbled. So we would have at least got a field goal out of that, at least. Tonus26 is where the Pickett apology's at. I don't know. I don't see anyone in the chat apologizing, but I'm pretty sure about 90% of Steeler fans were calling for that man's job last week. It's either they were saying he sucks or he's not the guy. We need to move on at some point. We really need to consider that. Or they literally wanted to start Mason against the Bengals. Tell me I'm wrong. Someone tell me I'm wrong in the chat. It was at least 85 to 90%, maybe even 95% of Steeler fans last week. But they wanted to ignore Canada being the play caller, the O-line playing terrible last week, receivers playing okay at times over the last 3-4 weeks. There were drops. Pickett could have played better too. When did I not say Pickett should be playing better? He is missing some things over the last 3-4 weeks from the bye, right? Titans game, Jaguars game. I brought that up many, many times. But I also was trying to tell you guys he's got the deck stacked against him with Matt Canada being the offensive coordinator. I don't think it's a coincidence. Someone tell me I'm wrong on that too. How could it be a coincidence? How? Either way, it was the shakeup we needed. It was the shakeup I was calling for at the bye week. Something's got to give. We're too lethargic. The players aren't buying in. No one's responding. Could the players as a whole play better? Could Kenny play better? Yeah, we talked about all that. But something had to give. We were in no man's land. We were in purgatory as an offense. And now we got that spark. Now we're looking good. This is the best the offense has looked from start to finish. Any one of our games since we hired Matt Canada. Absolutely insane. But here, let me go over my game notes, my game observations. First thing that popped into my head, probably after the first series or two, Maybe I'll leave this up to you guys as a poll here. Did Matt Canada watch this game? You know what? We're going to do two. I'm going to do two questions here. Did Matt Canada watch this game? And did he watch the whole game? That's what we're going to do. Did Matt Canada watch the game? Simple yes or no. And was he rooting for us? I guess that's another side question. But that also goes hand in hand with, did he watch the whole game? Did he turn it off once we hit the 400-yard mark? Did he turn it off in the third quarter, second quarter? I don't know. All right, here's the first one. Did Matt Canada watch till the end of the game? Did Matt Canada watch the game in totality? How about that? Maybe better phrasing there. Yes, no. Or should I just say, did Matt Canada turn the game off? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Matt Canada turn the game off. That's funnier phrasing. Okay. Please someone remind me in the chat, because I forgot about the polls from last stream. I forgot to look at the results before I left. Someone remind me in the chat. I'll go over them at the end. But yeah, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. But if we want to get into the nitty gritty of what I thought changed, and I thought about this going in, having conversations at the Thanksgiving table, having conversations with family members, friends, just, Steelers offense heading into this week with, state of the Steelers. I was like, I think people are really underselling how this offense is going to look and how much it's going to change, because it did look different, man. It really did. Just the fact we had unpredictable plays. Unpredictable plays. I don't think there was one point where I was watching and I knew for a fact we were either running or passing the ball. So there's that. So you got to assume, if we didn't know watching the TV, the defense would have been on their heels as well a little bit. And that's all you're looking for from your play calling and your offensive coordinator. So we at least got that. I already talked about the middle of the field existing. Muth, I mean, obviously he had an awesome finish to the game too. What did he end up with in total? But he almost had 100 yards at halftime. Ooh, Najee Harris had 99 yards total. Yeah, 9 receptions, 120 yards for Muth. He had 88 or almost 90 yards before halftime. Amazing. Truly, truly amazing. We saw all the nice passes from Kenny too. That's something that we've been missing. These first 7-8 weeks of the season. I mean, we've gotten good passes, particularly in the fourth quarter, but this was from start to finish. It was the whole game. Kenny put together a complete game. Dimes all over the place. Pickens, Deontay, Muth over the middle. It was awesome. Did we have different formations too out there? Did I see pistol more? I saw some nice bunch formations. I thought purposeful motion. O-line also did play better. I think that plays a part. Kenny actually had time, so that helps. But could the O-line playing better have something to do with the play calling? And Faulkner and Sullivan setting our offense up for better success? Again, coincidence? I think not. Play action? Nice use of play action, too. Getting Kenny on the move. Sometimes he would run it for 4 or 5 yards. Other times we'd have a guy open. He'd dump it off to him. I also really like this. There was probably 2-3 times where we would have a negative play on first down or early in the series. And it'd be 1st and 15, 1st and 20, 2nd and 15, something like that. You know what I mean? We would get a play to make the next down and the rest of the series manageable. I specifically remember, I think it was in the second quarter. Did Kenny take a sack? I think Kenny took a sack. It was 2nd and long. And I was like, yo, let's just get this to 3rd and 10. And then you see what happens. And we did. We did a little dump off pass. We got it to 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12. And then Kenny hit a rope over the middle of Freiermuth. I felt like we never did that with Matt Canada. Anytime we got behind, we would just make things worse by trying to get cute, do stupid ass screenplays and whatnot. And we would never be able to make up from something negative. I think, didn't Broderick Jones have a holding? Did we end up scoring a touchdown on that series? So, yeah, there was like 3 or 4 times I noticed throughout the game, we would get back. 1st and 20, bad play, holding, whatever it is. But then we make it up and just say, like, yo, let's say play at a time, down at a time. I gotta drink some water. Holy. Yeah. I think I'm good. I'm just like the offense today. I'm trying to get it back. Slip up by me. Negative play by me on the stream. I'm getting it back. All right, we're good. I think. Hold on. I'm not even sick. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely good. And then the last thing, after everything would take place, if you could go hindsight 2020 on each series, each drive, you could think to yourself, yeah, that made sense. Like, those plays made sense. And maybe it goes hand in hand what I was just talking about, how if we did get behind, we would try to get second and manageable or third and manageable. Just get it to a point where we can keep moving the chains. So it felt like everything made sense. Whereas whenever we had Matt Canada as OC, whenever you would look back on the game, look back on the flow, drive by drive, nothing made sense. Right? So I do think we had legitimate, tangible changes with this offense in this game. Now, there were things that didn't change. The Deontay drop. I know you guys are saying it wasn't a drop, and I agree with you. I agree with you too. I'm being a little hard on Deontay. But you also got Deontay running backwards. You also got miscommunications with Kenny and Deontay like once or twice throughout this game. That's been something prevalent throughout this season. And you also got some holding penalties. Outside of that, this felt like a fresh new offense to me. I really liked what I saw. Really did. I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. Man, I think I'm good. I thought I was. But now I'm good. I think. Refs. Yeah, refs. So okay, that's another game note or game observation I have here. Tomlin in challenges, man. Even when he doesn't throw the challenge flag, he gets the challenge wrong. Because you did hear Gene Steratore on the broadcast afterwards come on and say, yeah, I don't know why the Steelers didn't throw a challenge. With the new rule, as long as you have the possession, which Deontay did, the 3 feet, it will count as a catch. And that is, I think that's due, isn't that? That's due to the Jesse James rule or the Jesse James catch. So we couldn't even take advantage of our own play that switched the rule there. Tomlin just can't get a challenge right. One way or another, whether he throws the flag or doesn't. That was something that popped up here. The refs, I thought they were solid. I thought they were solid throughout the whole game, to be honest with you. Like, I think they had a ticky-tack holding call on Broderick, but then they made up for it by not calling the Najee Harris touchdown run on Washington. I thought they were going to get TJ once or twice on roughing the passer. And the one time that they actually did call it, I bet you guys had the same reaction to me. They're like, roughing the passer on 90. Browning had like a nice little pass down the field. I'm like, when did TJ even hit him? This is gonna be such a soft call. But no, it was pretty blatant. that was legitimately a roughing the passer on TJ. But I did think they were gonna get him for some of the other hits that they got on him. Like he was going after the ball. He was giving some extra effort on those hits. But yeah, TJ Watt was TJ Watt. Bengals were trying to double him, but he was still having an impact. Nick Herbig with the sack. Shout out to him. Shout out to the defense, though, as a whole. Shout out to the no-names. Shout out to the underrated players, the guys that we had no thought of actually, you know what I mean? No thought these guys are actually going to be playing for us this season, right? Trenton Thompson, Michael Walker. I guess you could, in a way, you could even say, I'm not going to say Keanu Benton. We did have hopes of him playing, but he continues to make impact as a rookie. Like, we had a lot of things going against us on his defensive end with injuries. Minka Fitzpatrick being not like literally the best safety in the league, arguably, we'll just say for argument's sake, second best player on his defense. He's out. He's been out for 3, 4, 5 weeks. But the defense keeps stepping up, man. Keeps stepping up. Credit coaching there. I know we want to talk a lot about the offense. That's the big storyline, but we should be giving credit to Tomlin and Terrell Austin too, because the defense was lights out today. Trent Thompson, he had the awesome pick, but he could have had another one in this game, and obviously he could have had one from last week. That could have been 3 picks in 2 games for this dude. And he was like the preseason darling. We ended up putting him on practice squad. Never heard from him the first 7, 8 weeks of the season, but then we call him up, and he's playing great. He might be carving himself out like a little bit of a permanent role. Now, when Minka comes back, obviously Minka's going to be playing 100% of the time, but maybe it's a conversation between Trenton Thompson and Keanu Neal when Keanu Neal gets healthy. Running backs, Jaylen Warren, Najee Harris, awesome game from both. Just got to work on the ball security with Warren, but that is the duo, that is the tandem that you love to see right there and how they played it. Najee Harris, you got to see the power running we've been asking for from him. No more of the juking stuff. The one play, we thought it was dead. It was like a 5-yard carry. All right, cool. Yeah, we're on schedule. But no, he takes it for 20 yards, carries the whole pile. And then at the end of the game, he was closing out those runs by dropping the shoulder. And then we know what Jaylen Warren is. We know what type of element he brings to the table with the speed. Just don't fumble anymore. Just don't do that. JPJ and Jamar Chase, good on JPJ, man. All it was like 1 catch, I think it was, in the one-on-one. Or there might have been 2 or 3 catches Chase had. Nothing egregious. If anything, it was the only reason the Bengals were moving the ball was due to luck, these tip passes and stuff, and then Chase coming down with them. It was just ridiculous. DeMonte Casey, he should have had a pick. We probably should have had 3 or 4 picks total in that game. Bengals, what did they end up with? I know they got the field goal late. They ended up with 10. That could have been a shutout. Very easily could have been a shutout. 3 points max. This is a great game by the defense. I think, was that the most complete game from start to finish, both offensively? I know we're talking about the offense a lot, but both offensively and defensively for this team, in the last 2-3 years. And then last note I have here, Pat Freiermuth. Not only have a good game, he had some 6 shoes on. You guys see those Jordans? Those were awesome. Basically, what would they be? The Chicagos. They were the Chicagos, but instead of the red, it was the yellow. All right, let me check in with you guys, and then we'll get out of here, man. Enjoy the victory. Enjoy this victory. King Dion. Difference between Casey and Minka. One catches picks that come his way. The other is 50-50. And it's weird with Casey because he is a ball hawk too. It's not like he hasn't come down with those type of picks before in the past. He got 2 for us last year in limited time. And then he led the league in picks back in 2017, 2018. He's taken some chances on balls this year and just hasn't got rewarded. And it's his own detriment. It's his own fault because he's made good plays. There's been a couple that he's made bad plays. He's made too much of an aggressive approach on the ball, like the ET touchdown in the Jaguars game, and just completely whiffed. But he probably could have 4 or 5 picks this year, easily. X Concepts 1. He says, is Deke going to mention Najee versus Warren? What do you want me to say? Najee looks good, man. It's getting colder. I still think Warren's RB1, but they complement each other good. I don't want to make it a whole versus type of thing. When Najee's running good, it's great. That's what we want. We want 2 running backs that can bring something different to the table and mess with the defense. It's just I don't think Najee has been Najee from the first 2 years, or at least whenever Najee was good in those first 2 years, because I know he was kind of helter-skelter last year, had a slow start, but then picked it up. And think Najee's been that incredible this year either, as a whole. He's had good stretches, but there's just too many times. You could see it, right? With the eye test. When Najee's out there, things moving in slow motion. When Jaylen Warren's out there, everything picks up. Offense feels less predictable. But now we got a new offensive coordinator, new play caller. Maybe things are looking up for Najee Harris. It's less predictable when he's out there. Could be the case, no? Mike 9378, you floated the idea of cutting him earlier this week. I didn't go that far. I can't say that. I've definitely talked about trading him many times, but that's for Israel Abanikanda. X Concepts 1. What about Najee versus Abanikanda? I still think Abanikanda is good. I do. So that really doesn't faze me. Listen, Najee keeps running like this. We're cool with him for sure. We're cool with him. He can get carries. It doesn't have to be 80 to 70% Warren or what. I mean, I was talking about 85, 90% Warren. You know, it could be 60-40 Warren. If Najee keeps running like this, I got no problem with him being out there. Tyler J. Bard, Najee's going to prove you wrong rest of the season. I hope so. But I also did give the caveat that when it gets colder, he should be more impactful. Can I get credit for that call? I did say that. I got a lot of different angles on my Najee takes. Marvin Mba, you think we could end up being a 1 seed with the schedule? Yeah, I think I talked about this like a week or two ago. We got an easy schedule. We can't be overlooking opponents, though. Just because this was our most complete game, let's not start overlooking the Cardinals and make next week a Tomlin loss. We can't do that. Every game's important. Tyler J. Bard, Najee gets better as everyone else in the NFL gets tired, too. Yeah, like today was a really good example. Him being in there to close out the game, delivering those shoulders, delivering those blows to the Bengals defenders. That's what you want. You got a big running back there. All right, close out the game. Deliver some punishment. King Dion, I'm saying it now. Broderick should be our left tackle. I thought our O-line played good as a whole. Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, Hendrickson of all the Bengals defenders was getting close to Pickett at times. Obviously, he had that sack early in the game. He's a good player, though. I'll have to rewatch the game tomorrow. But Broderick's playing good at the right side. If Dan Moore can look at least more like this game as opposed to last week against Cleveland, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, there were a lot of times, too. Speaking of the other line, the Bengals they were dropping a lot to pass. Like sometimes they were only bringing 3 or 4, but they did mix in some exotic blitzes, too. I thought we did a good job of picking that up. And Pickett did a good job of staying in the pocket and delivering a quick pass when needed. Cookie Cutter. Yeah, this sums it up perfectly. Says this is definitely a performance to build on. 100%. 100%. Okay, wait. Before I get out of here, let me see the results. All right. 80% of you, 81% to be exact, said that Matt Canada did watch this game. So 19% of you said he didn't. But then the next question was, did Matt Canada turn the game off? And 60% of you, 59% of you said, yes, he did turn the game off. So he did watch the game, but at some point in the game, he turned the game off. And 38 of you, so 41%, said no, he did not turn the game off. He watched it till the end. Yeah, what could he have been doing on a day like today? It was nice in Pittsburgh. He could have went for a walk. Spent some time with the family. Maybe he's on vacation. Maybe he went down to Florida or something. Yeah, I don't even know if I don't even know for sure. I think he did watch the game. I think he did. I think he watched the whole thing too. I think he was just sitting on the couch and he was in pain, man. Them showing the 400 yard stats and stuff and how good the offense was. I think he was sitting on the couch. He was in pain a little bit. Not gonna lie. There's some salt on the wound right there. Right, I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to all of you for stopping through. Shout out to the Steelers for winning. And shout out to KP8. Shout out to Pat Frymuth. Shout out to the whole Steelers defense, TJ Watt. All those dudes. Najee. We'll give a shout out to Najee, of course. Jalen Warren. But stay chilling. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back here. I think I'll be live streaming during the day. And yeah, shout out Bleach Report. Follow me on this app too, so you know when the next events, the next streams are popping up. I think it's at Deke_. Follow me at Chillin' with Deke on Instagram, Twitter. Deke on YouTube. Peace out. Enjoy this dub.